Are you ready? Because we're going 5 pounds down every 4 weeks in 2022. And today I've got a slimming strength workout for us. Grab your dumbbells and let's go. All right, Killer Bees, let's go ahead and get moving and grooving. And that means that we're getting started with some arm circles with high knees. You guys, welcome to the workout. I totally forgot to tell you to have your dumbbells off to the side. Please do that. And also, welcome to the workout. I'm Paula B. I'm your best middle-aged fitness friend. And around here, we are all about making peace with your menopausal body by finding a healthy weight and moving in ways that feel like self-love. And you know what really feels like self-love? Losing weight with the 5-0 method, which we do 5 things every day that make you say, oh, I had no idea that losing weight could be this easy and fun. Every single day, we eat the right number of calories, which is not necessarily less than you were eating before. We drink the right amount of water, which is half your body weight in pounds in ounces of water. We get the right amount of sleep by going to bed at the same time every night, getting up at the same time every morning, and not stressing about how much in between that was actual sleep. Let's go ahead and do some arm crossers with booty kickers. We do moderate workouts like this one every single day, which is not necessarily more than you were doing before. And my friends, we manage our minds by finding our thoughts and deciding if they're helpful. And today's helpful thought was really specifically helpful for me very recently. It is this: I am learning. Have you really thought about how often we learn something? Like, we kind of, at this point in my life, not that I think I know everything, like not by a long shot, but I also don't really actively try to learn nearly as much as I did when I was younger. So this is something that I am doing for myself recently, really specifically in the case of exercise. Let's go ahead and do some welcome to my homes, because welcome to my home. For years and years and years, I have said, I love cardio. I love cardio is a great thought right up until I started following it with, I love cardio, but cardio doesn't love me the way it used to. And I realized that was not helpful at all anymore. And so I am learning to love strength training, like today's workout. And I'm actually really looking forward to today's workout. I have the handy dandy Gym Boss set for very generous 1-minute intervals, which means you might want lighter weights than you have. Truly, go with something that you're gonna be able to do this exact workout every single day for the rest of your life. That's how moderate your dumbbells should be. 1-minute intervals, 10 seconds of rest in between so that we can just get set up for the next thing. And today is all strength all the time. We're gonna pull in our core. We're gonna think about our form. I'm already relaxing just thinking about this. I love strength workouts where we can just sink into it. So let's go ahead and grab your dumbbells. And I will also tell you, today is entirely knee friendly. So be paying attention, because these are some of the moves that you can do when I'm doing squats and lunges. Okay, we're gonna start with alternating high knee press ups, which is exactly what it sounds like. We're gonna start with the weights here at our hands, or at our shoulders rather. They're always in our hands. We're going to press up one arm while bringing up the opposite high knee. You notice that I am not going fast. My friends, there is nothing about today that is meant to be cardio. Your heart rate is going to come up. This is effort, this is work, but we are just thinking about relaxing into this. Isn't it weird to think about strength training being relaxing? This is the thing that I am learning about myself and how much I actually enjoy strength training. I am learning that it feels relaxing to me, that I can, when I am moving slowly and like really thinking about pulling in my core, really thinking about my form, that it slows my brain down in a way that, that my brain actually really needs to be slowed down sometimes. I don't know if you've ever noticed. I talk a lot, I talk kind of fast. My brain is even faster than that. Here's 10 seconds of rest. Coming up next, we're gonna do bent over rows with the kickback. So here's what that means. We're gonna stick our booty out behind us. We're really thinking about keeping our back nice and straight. We're gonna row up and then kick back. Do you feel that work in your triceps? That, my friends, is exactly where you're supposed to feel it. Really thinking about actually thinking about where your center of balance is, bringing the work from standing up into your glutes and your abs while pulling in your core, of course, and then really pulling from your big back muscles to get those elbows pushed straight back behind you. And then as you're straightening your arms and extending your hands down to your hips, really using those teeny tiny triceps in the back of your arms. Oh my goodness. Moving slowly and really thinking about where your body is and which muscles are doing which part of the work. This to me, and here's why I think it's very relaxing. First of all, when I'm not talking the entire time and I am just breathing and doing this work on my own, it is very meditative. It's very, breathe in. I'm going to go ahead and finish this. This is why we have the 10 seconds of rest so that I can go ahead and finish that, and then we can stand up. Coming up next, we're doing a side kick, side raise. So while one leg is kicking out to the side, the other arm is raising out to the other side. Oh my gosh. Okay. The mental coordination that this takes. This is the other thing that I really like about strength training now that I am learning to love about strength training, is that it engages my brain so much more than cardio. Cardio, lots of things I can do very automatically, but with strength training, okay, truly with cardio, you're supposed to be thinking about it also. You can pull in your core, you can think about where your arms and legs are doing things, but I've been doing that for so long that it is a lot more automatic. With strength training, I have to think about it every single time. I'm thinking about which muscles are working. I'm feeling the work in my side butt. I'm feeling the work in my shoulder, and again in my triceps actually right now. It's funny how that's happening. That's what happens when we use triceps. You start to notice them in other exercises as well. And this is what I am learning to just love about strength training. There's so much brain-body connection to be had with it. Okay, coming up next, we're doing a deadlift front raise. The only reason I'm doing a combo exercise like this, so you're gonna stick your booty back behind you. As your booty goes back, your lower back should be nice and flat and straight. As we come up, we're also gonna come up in a front raise, keeping your core engaged the entire time, because you are using your rear chain for this entire exercise. Your hamstrings and glutes are engaged on the way down, and then as we stand up, your upper back takes over for that front raise. I know lots of you don't love deadlifts, and I figured a whole minute of them, we might go ahead and do something else, because with a nice generous interval like this, honestly, I love to be able to do nice complex exercises. It's almost like doubling your workout in the same amount of time. We're doing the same amount of work, but we're doing double duty yes, I said duty. By doing complex exercises that engage your upper body, lower body, and of course your abs. Your abs are always working. I'm going to go ahead and finish that front raise really quickly. Okay, coming up next, we are doing curling kicks. I'm going to encourage you to do any kind of a kick you like. Because we've done side kicks for other things, I'm going to go ahead and do a front kick. And here's what it looks like. I'm going to bring up a high knee, and then I'm going to kick forward, and then I'm going to bring it back down. So we're up in that curled position for a quick second while I'm really thinking, and this one is so hard for me, which is why I made myself do it, that we are doing that really knee extension, which is so good for your thighs, so good for your knee joints. This is actually, just so you know, this exercise is a physical therapy exercise. This is a knee strengthening exercise. Oh my gosh, that knee extension. Now, generally speaking, for physical therapy, you're going to do this from a seated position. The fact that we are balancing on the other leg makes this, oh, you guessed it, twice as difficult. Have your core pulled in. Make sure that you are breathing. That balance work when we're moving slow like this, hanging in that balanced position. Oh my gosh. Excellent, excellent job. Coming up next, we're doing a twisting step back punch. It's exactly what it sounds like. We're going to step back. We're going to twist away from it while we punch. And then we're going to come back forward. Now, you are welcome. If you'd like to, you could totally turn this into a lunge. I'm not going to. I'm just doing a step back because, frankly, it is enough work for me to just step back. That balance work, oh my gosh. I'm also really gonna take my time to twist first before I start punching, because I find that once I start punching, the twisting gets harder, and I wanna make sure that I'm doing a little bit of everything here. This is just about as full body as it gets, my friends. The lower body, of course, we're doing that step back, that's balance work. The twisting, we're getting in our abs and obliques, and then that punch, bringing in some upper body as well. This is about as complex, oh my gosh, as we get. And this is why we are alternating back and forth on sides, because this is not easy. I'm gonna finish that one out. Okay, and then, okay, last thing, delt raise side kicks. So palms face your body as your hands come up. We're raising that leg out to the side. My balance was not ready for that at all. You are welcome to raise that leg up as high as you'd like to. When I do a side raise like this, I call it a side kick. I go back and forth. Sometimes I call it a side raise or a side kick. Generally speaking, side raise, I'm talking about my arms. Side kick, I'm talking about my legs. But when I am kicking, I'm not just like flinging my leg up. I'm actually really squeezing from my side butt muscle so that I am getting lots of good gluteal work in this kick. It's not really a kick, it's more like a gentle raise where I'm thinking about excellent form. Core is pulled in, oh my gosh. And you guys, this was all of the exercises. We're gonna go through this circuit one more time, really thinking about good form on our second time through, getting plenty of work here today with these generous intervals. Are you feeling how lovely this is? Yes, here's 10 seconds of rest. This is why I told you that you might want lighter weights. This might not be a moderate weight day. It might be a lightly moderate day. Here we go with the alternating high knee press up. So here's what I was saying like a really long time ago. Taking that big deep breath totally reminded me that one of the reasons why I am learning to love strength training is that it is really meditative. I find when I'm not talking to you the entire time, as I do, that I'm able to just really breathe into each of these exercises, and it really does remind me of cardio, where my breathing is very rhythmic and it relaxes my brain, it relaxes my body. Even as my heart rate goes up, my brain-body connection seems really like in tune and in touch with each other because of that meditative breathing. Since you are my captive audience, you don't, I mean, I know lots of you guys do talk back to me, and please do, I love it. I love it when you guys tell me that in the comments or on Facebook or whatever. It cracks me up that you talk back to me. Thank you for that. But also, here's 10 seconds of rest, but also, really, I do encourage you actually to think about breathing rhythmically. It's one of the best ways. We're going to do bent over rows with kickbacks. It's one of the best ways to get a really good workout is to be intentional with your breathing so that you are working with your body. I don't give a lot of breathing cues. I've had people talk to me about that before. Like, talk to me sternly in the comments, and it's true. I don't give a lot of breathing cues, but here's the thing. When you really do tune in to your body, you will breathe naturally with the exercises. I encourage you to tune into your body all the time anyways, so I don't really talk about that specifically because truly, it's as important as everything else, as pulling in your core, as pulling from the middle of your back, as finding your triceps and squeezing from those. I mean, there's a lot to cue, and because I'm talking so much, I forget to tell you to breathe. So, I apologize for my lack as a fitness instructor because I do have some lacks. I absolutely do. Let's go ahead and finish this one out. And put it back down, and here we go. Side kick, side raise. Okay, so again, this is what I was talking about calling it a side raise, because that's what it would be if I were to call it that. When I'm using my leg, I just call it a side kick. If I were actually kicking to the side, this would probably look a little bit different. I would probably have my knee facing more towards the ceiling instead of facing forward the way it is. I love to think about having my toe facing forward and even a little bit down so that I'm really working that inner and outer thigh, that side glute, really thinking about balancing, trying not to fall over while I'm doing this. So many things to think about when we do these complex exercises, not the least of which is breathing. You are breathing in you are breathing out. That was me breathing out. And really thinking about your body, where it is in space and time, thinking about how learning how to do this and possibly even learning how to love this is such an important skill. Here's 10 seconds of rest. Coming up next, we're doing that deadlift front raise. And I wanted to actually weirdly talk about the thought that I had before. Okay, so core is pulled in nice and tight. Push your booty back. Ooh, pull your booty forward. And then front raise. That thought, I love cardio, that I mentioned to you quite some time ago. Have you ever thought about how that's a thought? You know, so often we express our opinions about things like I love cats, I love avocados, I love cardio, and we really think that we are just factually defining ourselves, and yet that's a thought. I make a conscious choice to enjoy cardio every time I do cardio. And then sometimes when my body doesn't love cardio, I still have that thought running on repeat. I love to run. I love to go farther. I love to do faster. I love to do more. I love, 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 love. But you know what? Maybe I don't. Maybe, here's 10 seconds of rest after we finish this one up. Maybe this is not something that I love anymore. Coming up next, we're doing those curling kicks. Get those elbows nice and tight into your sides. Here we go with a curl and a kick. You can change your opinion about things that you think you love. You can change your opinion about anything. You can change your thoughts about anything when they are not helpful anymore. I love cardio. It's still a helpful thought for the most part, but I love doing a lot of cardio. I love endurance running. I love doing work all day. I love doing more. Not helpful thoughts for me anymore. Not helpful thoughts for where I am in my fitness and in my life and in my estrogen journey. That thought, I love cardio, isn't as helpful as it used to be. And I'm really curious if you have ever given that much thought about your thoughts, about what you love, what you don't love. Oh, I hate strength training days. I'm going to click on a cardio video because I'd rather do that. Have you thought that that's a thought? Here's 10 seconds of rest. Okay, coming up next. Doggies. Okay, twisting, step back punches. Here we go. We're gonna step back, we're gonna twist, we're gonna punch. Ugh, I'm gonna groan, because that's what I do. Step back, twist, and punch. And I'm really gonna think about where my range of motion is on this. I can feel such a difference between my left side here, this way, and I think it's because my right arm is stronger. And then when I go this way, I feel like it's harder to twist, it's harder to punch. So interesting. Allowing my body to be what it is, where it is, how it is, stronger in some ways, less strong in other ways, and allowing me, my brain, to acknowledge that I am learning. I am learning to be strong. I am learning that some exercises are easier in one way than they are in another. Doesn't mean that anything's wrong with me. Doesn't mean I have to hate this exercise or even not like it. It means that I'm learning, that I'm done with that for now. 10 seconds of rest, thank goodness. Okay, coming up next, we are doing delt raise side kicks. Oh my gosh, you guys, both times. Here we go with the delt raise side kicks. I completely skipped an exercise, and that means that our built-in finisher is actually going to be like a double finisher. I totally apologize. I absolutely 100% forgot an exercise in the first circuit. I just skipped over it right now and I'm seeing it, which means that when we are done with this, we are technically done, but oh my gosh, the finisher, like everything else, the finisher is going to do double duty today. So coming up next, we're gonna do crossbody crunches. Oh my gosh, what that means is that we are going to be doing a fair bit of ab work for the finisher. And the finisher, because I was supposed to do those crossbody crunches twice, we're going to do the crossbody crunches and then we're going to do the finisher exercises and then we're going to do the crossbody crunches again. That's going to be fun. You're going to love it. Here's the thing about crossbody crunches. You're going to have the weights up here on your shoulders. Elbows are out super, super wide. You're going to reach your opposite elbow down towards your opposite knee while your opposite knee is crunching up in the middle. Here's why I forgot it. Oh my gosh, do you feel yesterday's ab work? That is totally, my brain was like, no, thank you. Yesterday was the exact right amount of moderate for me, but I definitely feel the work. Like, yeah, there was some abs going on. So funny how my brain just was like, no, thank you. I'd rather not. But here we are. We're getting this done. Now, here's the thing. This is technically our finisher-ish, but I do have the finisher, and then we're coming back to these. You're welcome. You guys, here's the thing. I am not learning how to be on YouTube. I've been a fitness instructor for way too long to make mistakes, and yet here I am making mistakes. I am learning. No, I'm actually not even learning to be okay with mistakes. I've been okay with mistakes for a long time. Here's 10 seconds of rest. Okay, here's the finisher. And then we're going to do those crossbody crunches again. We're doing star balance press-ups. It's exactly what it sounds like. So we're going to come up into star balance. Oh my gosh, with that press up. Meaning that you have that one weight up, overhead-ish. Yeah, that's why this is the finisher. It's because this is super tough, and then I still have that 1 more minute for us. If you need to go hands-free on this one, or rather weights-free on this one, because this is tough. I mean, this is right tiptoeing up to the edge of what is still moderate for us, having hands overhead for this whole minute with weights in your hands. It's completely okay. If you would like to drop weights, you can pick them up again for our crossbody crunches, or not, frankly. Crossbody crunches is much more dependent on that crunching in the middle than having weights in your hands. My friends, I want you to make sure that you are doing your moderate, even when I make a mistake and get us to this point where we still have that one more thing to do. Okay, we are finished, but we're not done. We're gonna do those crossbody crunches one more time. And then this really is it. I promise there's nothing else that I forgot. There's nothing else that I meant to do. Have you noticed, if you've been working out with me for a while, have you noticed that I make a mistake at least once every time we do a 5-day series? There's just one thing where I'm like, oh, I was supposed to do this. And I did that instead. This is the thing that I want you to take away from working out with me. There is no way to mess this up as long as you are not getting injured. If you are getting injured, yes, that is an actual mistake. That is a problem. Don't injure yourself and don't overdo. But as long as we're here together, being moderate, having a good time, getting it done, there's nothing about the order of these exercises or the way that we do them other than having good form, obviously. There's nothing about this workout that needed to be done in some exact order in order to get the best out of it. That was finally it. Yay! Okay, so now, oh my gosh, we can cool it down. That was the funniest finisher I think I've ever had. Not the longest one. Oh my gosh. If you go way, way, way back in time, let's go ahead and do some arm circles. If you go way, way, way back to some of my really old videos, there is one video where the finisher, and I can't even begin to come up with which one it is. I just remember that there is one where the finisher is basically a third of the workout. It is the longest thing. It was somewhere in the 3 to 5 minute range. It was so long. I have over 1,000 videos, you guys. I can't remember every single one of them, but I know that there exists out there one video where the finisher is just insane. This one, oh, well, this one was 3 minutes and 30 seconds long, so this is now officially the longest finisher I've ever done. I love it. Oh Let's go ahead and open it up. And congratulations, you were here for the historic moment. Give yourself a hug and a pat on your back. Oh my goodness. I really hope that you had a good time with this one, even with the extra long finisher. I hope that it felt meditative. I hope that you are learning, if you don't already love strength training, that you are learning to love it, my friends. Thank you so much for working out with me today. Make sure that you click that subscribe button before you go, and I'll see you tomorrow.